Hey everybody, welcome back. Jordan here. Today I'm going to be showing you two different methods that can be used to slow down the 2015 LEGO Creator Expert Ferris wheel. Personally, I think this Ferris wheel is the best LEGO Ferris wheel of all time. And when you power it up, it moves a little bit too fast. I mean, it might be fun to be on it when it's that fast, but you definitely wouldn't be able to enjoy the view of any amusement park when it's moving that fast, and I'm afraid your ride would be over a little bit too quickly. So of course this Ferris wheel here can be powered by the old power functions. You got the battery box and also the motor. When you press the green button, away it goes, no problem. However, right now you can only have it going at that speed. Now the first solution, and probably the easiest solution, is this one right here. This is an IR receiver. This is also found in LEGO trains. You can very easily hook this up to your Ferris wheel so that you can adjust the speed using an IR train remote. What's cool about this method is you can actually adjust the speed of your Ferris wheel to any of the different speed increments. So when doing this, of course, the first thing you want to do is just unattach your adapter there, put it onto your IR receiver, and then attach the end of the IR receiver to the battery box. And now when you turn this thing on, it won't move. However, you can use your train remote to gauge its speed. So you can see now I can speed it up in any of the different speed increments. And of course, the further along we go, the faster it goes, just like a train. And of course, Ferris wheel, you would probably want to go slow, just like that there. So I mean, that's the quick and easy way if you have an IR receiver and an IR remote laying around, but a lot of people might not have that. So it's actually the more expensive way if you don't already have that equipment. Now I'm going to show you a different way that you can use. Now this method is pretty cool. It only uses 4 different LEGO Technic pieces. Now first off, I want to say that I found this on the internet. I gave it a quick Google search and I found it, and I figured I would share it with you. In the past, I'd always used the IR receiver and IR remote, but this just seems a little bit easier. Now, of course, the first thing you want to do is remove all of your power functions, get those out of there. Then you're going to want to have a look at this here. This is where all of our gears are that go into making the functions work for the Ferris wheel and actually get it moving. So you actually want to pull off all of those plate elements there. And then you also want to pull out this tan Technic axle. And then this little tiny gear in the middle also has to go as well. And now you're ready to reassemble your motor using the 4 different LEGO Technic pieces. These pieces here are in the pinned comment and also in the description below. Just take your Technic axle, like that there. Put this element like this. Take the worm gear, feed it through the axle, and then lock it all into place with this sort of bushel right here. Yeah, so this is the look of our new and improved motor that can power the Ferris wheel at a slower pace. So I actually added 1 more brick and 1 more plate, just a 1x2 brick and 1 plate right there, and put it right here. Just because I found when I placed this motor, it didn't have enough to grasp onto, and sometimes it just popped out of position. So now we're just going to push this motor on like this here. And you can see that worm gear right there actually interlocks with the pre-existing gear. So now when I press the power button, that's actually going to turn the gear. And it's only turning the gear at the pace of the motor, so it's actually turning the Ferris wheel much slower and at a rate that you would actually expect the Ferris wheel to be going at. Yeah, so that's the 2 different methods that you can use to slow down your Ferris wheel. In the past, I was always using the IR receiver and the IR remote, and then I Googled it this morning when I was working on the amusement park, and I found out this little trick here. So it's pretty cool. It makes it go at a realistic rate. However, I can really tell that that motor is just struggling to push it right now. So I might go back to the IR receiver route because I have a lot of IR receivers and IR remotes because I have a lot of trains. Because I can just hear that thing draining battery and really struggling. It's really loud. So I'll probably go back to this route here. What's cool about this route is you can actually adjust the speed of the Ferris wheel. So if you want it to go a little bit faster, you can have it go a little bit faster. However, this is a very realistic speed. I'm just not sure if I'm a fan of the amount of noise that it's making right now. Maybe just a little bit too much friction. But it definitely does work. And it was my first time experimenting with that method, using those Technic pieces. And I think it works, it puts it at a good pace, but I will go back to this method just because it's a little bit quieter. And I think it'll put less stress on the motor and the gears. And then of course you can adjust the speed as well. What method would you use, and are you going to use one of these methods to slow down your ridiculously fast Ferris wheel? Let me know by commenting below. I hope you guys like this tip here. Thank you so much for popping on by. Remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Peace out.